Okay, so your friendly neighborhood Spidey commented on the VEDA Day 1 2019 goals Q1 check-in if I'd be willing to share more about bringing your best self to work, because they also work a retail job that they hate. They put that in all capitals. They hate their job, and every time they walk into the building they start thinking about how much they hate it, and it does make their day worse, but they're not sure how to be okay with it. I think sometimes working retail, the frustrating thing is the corporate hierarchy. You will get really impractical directives from folks higher up who haven't been in a retail location in a really long time. They haven't, or ever maybe they were never existed in a retail location. They didn't work their way up. They were just hired into like a head office position. I think that is one of the more frustrating things for me, is looking at something and being more intimate with how our store functions, knowing that it's not gonna work or that it's gonna cause problems, but that you have to do it anyway. One of the biggest things for me this year, actually enjoying my work, is letting go of what I can't control. Like, at the end of the day, I get paid whether this is a stupid decision or not, right? Like, if they want to put a giant fixture in front of some really high value items that then creates a really nifty corner for people to steal things in, and like you bring that up to your supervisor and your supervisor says, well, this is where they want the fixture. And then every time you go in, you're like, here, look at all the empty packaging that people are stealing because I identified this problem. And they're like, they still want the fixture there. Like, that's all you can do. At the end of the day, it's not your money, right? Like, it is corporate making that decision. It's maybe disheartening. It's letting go that this isn't your responsibility. What is your responsibility is all that you have control over, right? For me, bringing my best self to work means trying to come in with the attitude, no matter what happens today, I am going to do my best to accomplish my tasks to the best of my abilities. And I'm not going to take it personally if it doesn't work out. I had to empty my memory card. There are times where I am told to do things. I think one of my biggest things last year was a frustration with make work projects, like where you can see you're doing something based on like the directive of someone who physically has never been in your store, and you know that when the regional manager comes around or the regional visual manager comes around, they're gonna look at it and they're gonna go, that looks like trash, redo it. One of the things that frustrated me and that I took home with me all the time was the ways in which the company was like wasting time and wasting money. And I felt like I was wasting my time. But the shift that I had to make was that the bottom line, it's not my money. If the company wants to make work, I get paid. I get paid to do that labor either way. And I mean, it's labor that I enjoy. I do enjoy visual merchandising. I do enjoy the challenge of making something look really beautiful. So even if I'm doing something that I know won't fly with the visual manager, like the visual head, she's gonna look at it and she's gonna go, change that. I get paid either way. It's not my company. It's not my checkbook. It's not my bottom line, right? I come in and I do the work. I feel like the other thing, and I'm not really sure what's going on with your retail job, a lot of my frustration came from just starting in a negative mindset because I was taking home, because I guess this is gonna sound bad, but I cared too much, right? Like, if this was my small business, I would be wasting money paying someone to do something over and over again. And like, I took that home and I made it really personal. And so I'd be like, I had to do a stupid thing, now I'm coming in to fix the stupid thing. Like, if they just let me do the thing right in the first place, I wouldn't have had to touch the stupid thing twice. And so I would go in carrying with me the negativity from the day before. I think that coming in with that negative mind, oh, now I have to fix the thing that like I knew I was doing wrong in the first place, but I was directed to do wrong. It was just letting go of the fact that it's not my store, it's not a small business, it is a large corporation. I don't mean don't care, because I think the part of retail that is really rewarding is actually caring. And that sounds super contradictory, but like when I do something really well, I take pictures and I show people and I'm like, ooh, look at the thing that I did, look at the thing that I made. Or like when you're connecting with a customer and like you come home with a really excellent story. Like I have stories, I have really great stories of connecting with people. That is also doing my job. Going in, caring about the things that are important, caring about the things that are within your control, and trying not to take that home with you. I know it's really tempting to come home and bitch about your day, but I think the longer you dwell in that negative place, the worse it is. So like coming home and being like, hey guys, like look at all these pictures you don't care about of all the pretty things I did, or here's this great story or this funny story about me interacting with a customer. Like that is so much better to share than coming home and crabbing and being like, oh, I got given this stupid directive and it's not gonna work and I'm just gonna have to fix it in a week. Focus on the fun things, the beautiful things, or focus on your coworkers. I don't know what sort of retail job you're working, but if you have the opportunity to chat with people and get to know them, like you haven't really said why you hate your job. I think those are the things that really helped me. So 2 weeks ago, Eva Orina, I'm gonna say, commented on the Reflecting on Reading in German video that she's learning Russian, and something that might be helpful for me to try is to find a friend that speaks German and then act as if there's no other way for us to communicate other than in German, or try and put it in my everyday life, like when I get ready, name all the things that I do in German, or go for a walk and describe everything that I see in German, or maybe make to-do lists in German so I get used to seeing the language and using it in a practical way. That could be really interesting. But I do like the idea of trying to make an effort to describe the things around me in German. And like if I don't know something, that would be an opportunity to maybe like write it down and look it up. That's an awesome idea. Thank you so much for suggesting that.